I am the definition of a desolated derelict, so I stay isolated because I'm just a dead eye, I suppose. But before you go, know this is truly me being me. It's called being honest, having loyalty, respect, and honor. I need facts and proof for me to believe in you. Hear truth in me. Choose what you will. Most leave, as you could tell. But I know what I've seen and I know what's real. I mean, I witnessed myself. So the blind eyes I'm devilish, I heard from others. But why have you never asked that question? That's all I've ever asked. And finally, through this section of life, I got answered. So is all that they wrote and you read truly all you believe? The sight I'm seeing is ego view, to say less. Through captivity, I came to see all that has and was and will be. The story you know is brainwashed, to say less. Find your mind again, and notice all of creation has been twisted, like licorice, for instance. Because I think I truly, in all honesty, found God. But this is also a loss of my religion. I just hope I'm forgiven. And I want somebody I can share this shit with, but can't find no one like me. Dumb as me, rejected as much as me, left alone as much as me. So I isolate to have a kind of state in mind. So till I find peace in it, I'm gonna remain the same, never change, cause it's stained. But your world is always changing. To be honest, too fast, I guess, to relate. To anything or anyone, to say or speak truth, must have facts and proof. And I'm here to prove to all and any is all like me, them and you, we're all born to lose. I'm just existing. I don't call this shit living. Stuck in a purgatory till forever becomes reality. And being stuck in an illusion stops. Then I become the illusionist to all that shun me. The one who lived is the one called God. But to blind eyes can't see the reflection in this description. Don't deny the man that resembles every man, woman. Look in the mirror. When a being starts to detach is when a reconnection, like a resurrection, will happen, such as newborn, but not as an infant with no acknowledgement of its existence, but that as the exact opposite. That was all but a reflection. Know our ancestors are craving vengeance. Don't fight what's inside. Have insight. Open the eyes and ears that can actually find divine divinity, a thing most beings won't hear and see. These truths that also a blind and deaf human being can also hear and see. We there is a us that's been shunned, for I don't know why. We know all the gods and cover them all in one. This is my blanket religion, to cover you too, comfortably, but real truth is not at all comfortable. But we know, we see, we speak, but not heard. In other words, not accepted. But when have you ever seen truth be accepted? Only time I have. Even in movies, truth gets rejected. Rather cover it up with makeup than accept it. Fate isn't chosen. There comes a time when your faith will meet your fate. I accepted my fate, as of many others unknown. And just like me, was left alone. But left is a direction, right? Exactly. Because we are on the left. Because left is right. Because right left. Let me explain the best I can. When the pendulum stops is when something else will expose. Like me, them, her, he, she, and me, saying I told you so, don't quite cut it now. Here is now, and this is truth from me to you. Lies is all that is anymore when it comes to beliefs, good grief. But I promise I'm not gonna lie to you. Truth be told, lies somewhere inside of you. As it did and does in me. Same as anyone that has and was and will be. Take some time to memorize through all centuries, histories, and times to come. But most important, before time was time, that land before it. That's the battle of the war that's been long forgot. I guess it's nice to not remember it though, because if I can now forget what is to come, because of all of what has been done, I guess during the time of creation, I question if I'm just another fallen angel. Look at this from my angle if you can. If not truly one being shunned, like me for example, and all else. Actually, that's what all this is all about. By the way, yes, I know I did all this to myself. I deserve the worst, nothing less. FYI, me and misery have a tight bond now. I'm a constant casualty. It's a tragedy that I truly found truth within me. Hear me out, please. But cease to achieve finer things. Though after you read this, if you're really down to know me now. But please don't let what this do to you what it did to me. Achieve wealth and health and grow till you end. And me like I want for you is not to have any endings, only meanings. Because I believe if it don't last forever, then it's worthless. What I hear and see is all truth running through me. I've been wasting I don't know how much time. Little does everybody know, I've been lost in time travel. Here, there, and near. And I'm just being honest. And that's all I will continue to be. Till Free and me finally meet. Soon I will achieve the key to forevermore. Knowing a world full of wars, These wars soon gotta end though. But notice, no one really wins though. But numerous lost account of souls and gods and angels and whatever else still died and is still dead though. That's the only outcome I ever see is death. So ask yourself why. Gotta have insight to find your answer. And the real intronautic, like a teaching, preaching, will unfold of the untold of all of the unknown. Please know this was unexpected to me. I didn't know I was gonna break and lose all the pieces of who was me. That's another puzzle we could try to find or put together later if you're still around. But no, I'm now obsessed with leaving. Be easier, because I don't think you understand me. And I constantly can't understand why. And see, that's why I say no one can see eye to eye with me if your view isn't of the eagle eye. I don't like what's in process. Just want someone, anyone, to process this progress I found within my stress. And now more than ever, just can't even handle anymore with the constant and main attacks that happens and why it keeps me silenced and in prison. This is me screaming for a way out and hopefully finally be freed. Leaving, I'm no longer hurting my loved ones. Pain is all I give anyone, and myself too if no one knew. Being alone, I found I wasn't really alone, but remain alone until time will tell and we can all unite. Down they say we were, but really up is what it was and still is. Overwhelming, kind of like the movie The Matrix. This is all a choice that we do have, thanks to Eve and the tree, that we do have the abilities of our own will. So from me to you, what you're still reading is true. This is to learn a life-changing truth. Like Neo and Nemo. See the similarity in my calligraphy? But if not still interested in truth/red pill, then stop reading this now and go rest your eyes, for you have almost awakened. Not good to wake a sleepwalker. Well, looks like you're still here, but now is when you make sense of all nonsense, and notice common sense was not at all common, and your newborn eyes see that most of all is senseless to knowledge. To process this, obviously, you need acknowledgement of what all knowledge is and all of its existence. So psychologically, mine and your mind is psycho, breathtaking, literally mind-blowing. The awakening of who should have woke a long time ago, but this shall only be told to who we think is worthy of these thrones. Shall I continue to shake the unawake, but till I know you can still follow? Can you kind of see the reflection, not of me or you, but of he and she? Can you hear and see that clearly? If you're getting this, then you're the same as me. Omen has spoken. That is the reflection of my name mirrored. But Nemo is in all reality nobody. Ask anybody and everybody. But please all you, them, her, he, she, and me, who is really somebody. Look up the definition of my name, Nemo. Find and see who you've been seeking is all really but nothing less than reality to blind eyes / still sleep is Disney. Reality is real, and I'm as real as real estate. Who in the hell would sign that contract / blue pill, knowing that it's all lies? See, I've got a soul, and it's been awoke. So these words of the unknown is all I hear, see, and speak. I don't care if I stay alone. I think in all realness, this is a sickness, disgusted, and now infested, but also invested. Because if you could truly, in all honesty, stand me, then please grab a seat, connect more with me, as it will you too. But I know no one could stand me. I can't stand this shit either. That's why I stay down and isolated. But it would be nice to have a friend, because a friend without you is just a figment of my imagination. So now I guess shadows is my only company. Can't have a shadow without light though, right? So what's the light, and who am I? And Divining Divinity, Holy Trinity mentions 3. This to me is back to the beginning. Loyalty, honor, and respect. Nothing more, nothing less. My pet peeves are of these who have none of the trio and their blind, deaf, skinless souls. Reality check. Today what is all known and seen is hate, disloyal, and disrespect. Like is lying the new truth, because I seen truth believe its own lie. Now I can't see it eye to eye with anyone, because I'm no longer blind, but instead I can see through all ignorance. Fuck this populist, monotonous trash that floods our populace. Knowledge is the opposite. Realize that realize you realize. Know when you find Nemo, then you'll realize if you had a brain, you'd also be dangerous. I'm just saying. Thought I'd give a little piece of my mind to see how your mind is anything close to mine. In all due time, and in the end, time will tell truth. Remember, don't lie to me, them, or you. Or like the others I mentioned before, can't know what we know, or else also be abolished like everyone else. I swear I hate this hell. Where is paradise now? Can you give me a piece of your mind? Because it sure would be nice. As you could tell, I lost mine. Even lost time. Now what do? I'm even more confused than all of the possible meaning of the word confusion. I feel so secluded. I wish I could truly rest, but can't pass over into unconsciousness anymore. So I just stay night and day awake asking myself the same question everyone else asks. Why me? Why now? And why not then? I apologize if you are now woke too. It sucks, to be stuck. Shit's so rough. Do you see why blind eyes can never truly understand what all happens through depression and isolation? The meaning of truly hating yourself? And this medication only helps for a second. Or is that also pretend? Because honestly, painkillers don't help when the pain you're killing is yourself. So until then, I'm gonna medicate and meditate in this purgatory till I seize meaning in life promised to end. Then pretend that I'm not overwhelmed, that eventually I'll see a realm where existence never ends, but forever is exhausted and not at all at rest. I apologize for who I am. I forgot who I was. But I think that's who and what haunts me and has the keys to my freedom. If I could have one wish, I wish I could truly be free, and all of what freedom truly means. I did all the wrong things, I showed them the wrong me. Blame it on the strong weed, walking down the long street. Look at what it cost me, ignorance is bliss, yeah you lost me. I'm not listening, you can't boss me. Stuck in this environment, I'm tired of it, it's exhausting. Yeah I lost it, like I'm in a mosh pit. I know the devil had his own amount of profits. Life is really low, they told me just to stick to God kid. But what if it gets worse, it feels real enough to hurt. They told me to go to church, but I didn't have the urge, no I didn't have the courage, been my nature since birth. Just had confession, take me to heaven, I'm bleeding through my shirt. I'm prideful like your highness, didn't feel so high though, lying when no lying is, lying in high notes, smoking on the finest, didn't feel so fine though. I can never stop moving, that's the way I was born. Got me in a lot of trouble in front of the wrong doors. I opened them, of course, my decisions were poor. Took me to some places, I don't want to be there no more. Yeah, you live and you learn, well I learned the hard way. These teachers always kick me out, I grew up in the hallway. I had a big mouth, yeah I ran that shit all day. I can't take this much longer, feel weak, should be stronger. In the deep where I'm somber, with enemy no armor. On their territory, have to find my peace, retreat, repent, defriend, no friends, haven't been myself, couldn't ask for help, no help, it never goes well, all well, you don't have to say, time will tell. Now give me the time, I'll be blowing your mind. Yes, another lyricist, I was a cynical child. Now you need tons of venom or origin. Never really noticed me, that my flow was fucking ridiculous. Picking the pitiful, never subliminal, no sinners. But I say I'm a goddamn monster, call me necrophiliac. I feel I'm on a level that most of these niggas never come close to. I hope you notice me, I spit it focusedly. This is my passion, devoted, I can't quit. And I came in conquered by constantly practicing, passing these peons, they pleading for peace. I'm a beast, I treat all you MCs like a feast. I don't eat with delusion, idiots, so inconsiderate. But get it by yourself, cause nobody wants to help. But when I start reaching for the bell, I bet I keep it ringing like a bell. But I could tell they wanted something faker with makeup. I'm making amends with my sins with a hyphen. I break it like a hymen when I spit. Pay attention, not to mention none of it with the reel of caution. I'm living lawless, a nigga heartless. I'm fucking flawless, and I want it all, and I bet I'm finna get it. I've been living like a suicidal patient, pacing in my isolation. I can barely even think, so I've been given the truth, looking for a peace of mind. So can I get it from you? A negative type of dude? Nah, I never had a crew. You can hand me that torch, I'll be carrying that. I fell in love with the pain, I'll be marrying that. But if I take it from these niggas, I'm not giving it back. I figured the flow is a kind of forming, depending on what was given by the nigga that you hear right now. Got a positive aspect, a lyrical misfit. These motherfuckers hating, but the style is convincing. I'm revving the engine, a little bit of patience. I pray that I have that. I rap fast, tab bashes with a bag, last fag ass body with stash inside a knapsack. Going up and down, my temperament is a NASDAQ. Abstract, never distract. I'm giving contact, impact, nigga attack. You gotta send back, bitch. I'm independent, never signing a contract. Never understood why you motherfuckers would want that. Better get away from me before I give you a dirt nap. Hurling, hurting, concerning. I'm a surgeon with words emerging to the sentence. I've been living out
at my leisure, living like a leash. I'm proceed to the thesis. I wrote this from the bleachers. I pray they could see this. Living on the sideline, feeling like a genius. Tell me why the fuck you want to stop my creativity? You listen to the sound, you hearing something that's brand new. Leave a negative comment, why can't you give the same effort as me? This shit is very difficult, it seems effortlessly. How I swerve from verse to pronoun, profound, slow down, gotta let me catch my breath, time to impress. My vocabulary is from A to Z, and it's actually accurate. Besting the cool to determine, earning fancy flow, feeling great, happily. I just keep living life like my mind never gets operations. Perpetual question, requesting, secretion, tenacity, usually using very vicious worry warship, Xenon yelling yesterday with a zygote Zulu with a xylophone. Don't you get to study what I do with a pen? And I bet you trip and take the alphabet and I turn it into phonetic. I got him frantic. Bow to the spiritual figure like Pope Francis. Take it to the Vatican, just sodomize the bee. And I bend him over a pew like a pedophilic priest. Sheesh, a descendant of kings. No, I'm a pharaoh. That's a part of Egyptian religion that ended when Romans began to accept Christianity. I am an omnipotent. Call me Osiris, the god of the afterlife. How I transitioned the regeneration that I resurrected. The message directed is truth for a liar. The way I am robbed in distinctive attire. A crown on my head with the largest of feathers. I carry a crook and a flail. And if I fail, it's a symbolic tale. A story I'm telling, the king of the living. My life is written on scrolls full of people. You step in my steeple, you see the sacrifices. I'm licensed to carry my pen like a firearm. I walk into a crowded building. I yell fire and I fire the weapon I brought in my trench coat. I'm detouring the people away from the exit. I shepherd him into a flurry full of bombarders, so pardon my pace. So if you cover your face, you hit with the sternum. Never really giving you a chance with me. But manually I shall make a critique. My apostrophes are so magnifique. Beseeching the people, I need your attention. I cannot progress if I don't have a crowd. I've allowed all these evils inside of my life. Man, I used to be sober, what happened to me? And I used to work harder than what I do now. I don't have self-esteem, and I'm feeling insecure. I'm unsure of the person I am. I'm in need of identity, fairly sedated. I fade into my former self back in '09 when I knew that I needed help. Very depressed, I was so isolated, not leaving the house. I'm not feeling elated. I'd much rather go get a razor blade. No, I don't use it for shaving. I use it to save myself from the stress and the tension I felt, cause damn, I thought it would help. I admit that I'm down and I'm feeling lost. Tell me, why do I feel sick? Cause son of a bitch. I stare in the mirror and I cringe. Shit's getting worse. I need more medication, a mental vacation, cause I cannot take it. I'm holding my breath till I'm no longer breathing or seeing. I'm down to the ground and they call paramedics. No need for an ambulance. I have departed to live in the clouds. I am finally free from the demons I have, or man, should I say had, cause now they in the past and I can't reminisce. I remiss, I insist, I used to feel bliss. Tripping on a motherfucker, but I do it, never knew it. I'm moving this groove and you losing it. It's no illusion, refusing to fucking work, and I'm hurting to find a purpose. Concerned, but never stopping, evading your positivity, the nepotism of a lyricist. My negativity is definitely innovative. I take it and make it mine, I redefine the line. I got a sword inside of Camelot, I'm striking by the underside. I said I never tell a lie, I put my fucking hand up on the Bible, let me testify. I rectify the situation, amazing. I'm taking my time when I kill this, praying that you feel this. Everything is factual, I'm only spitting real shit. I won't you leave me alone.
Homie, you're dope, I really fuck with your flow. Man, if we got on a record and hit it together, I'm sure that shit finna blow.
You niggas are hoes, and personally I'm composed. I practice and practice the mode. These kids are a joke, never studied the craft. Attempts are giving half of the ass. That's it, like this is my confessional shit. Like, Father, won't you forgive me for all of my sins? And I'm playing some EPMD. But the sermons I'm serving, I guess you could thank every sermon in parish room for opening all of the doors. Mr. Mojo has risen. That's off the LA Woman album I'm still bumping. So please do your research. And both of those references coming from different genres. I am an astute in my ears. I'm a student of this, the way that I studied for years. I don't have any peers. I appear to be peeking inside of the minds of the mentally struggling. Far from enlightened. Decided to slice to the piece of the pie. No man, I want a dozen. Refuse to attribute to making you dumber. I don't have melodies. This ain't melodic. I'm honest to say that I wish you abolish these artists that started embellishing fallacies, feeling like I should forego the be militant, missing the messages of Machiavelli. Damn, guess you motherfuckers never really understood. I've been working at a pace, I know I need to take a break. These niggas say they got an issue with the talent I've been given, but I do it with the passion and nobody's surpassing. You think you're fucking with me, but I'm laughing. Take a little time for yourself. I know you gassed up, and I'm gonna leave you gasping for air. Yeah. Stop wondering how I do it. I am the dopest, I thought you knew this. And I never fabricate, I rather concentrate. Writing these records till my fingers blister. The picture I'm painting, the vivid description. The vision, lyricism, niggas I written. I rose from the rubble, you'll never surpass it. The phoenix that flew with the truth of the masses. I'ma get a motherfucking sound, get it regurgitated. People looking at me like you really want it elevated. Never hesitated, I took my brain out while I meditated. I was highly medicated, save your reservations for another cadence. If you try to keep up with the pace and you put me in a cipher with niggas, I'm out of place. Spin the fast raps a motherfucking distraction. I cultivate a different sound that I would give them. Just a little motherfucker that was coming out of Maryland. Captivate them with lyrics, I guarantee I embarrass them. And take them on a ride, making sure they feel the vibe. My flow is really alive, and you was looking surprised at the way this motherfucker would make a rhythm collide. It was difficult depending on the way that I say it, and a nigga was displaying it. I better make it a statement. I was caught up in a vision of giving, cause I was reliving. Now give me a fucking minute so people could feel the sayings. I kill them with kinesthetics while keeping it copacetic. But niggas are prototypical, people fake as prosthetics, and I'll probably never get it. I swear to God that I'm honest. The definition of truth is in my proof and in my comply. Plus I got a couple motherfucking bodies in the closet with a new news hanging from the ceiling, revealing I was alone for a while as a child inside my isolation. My self-preservation is amazing. On several occasions I came to somber conclusion that life's an illusion. Confusing the way that I view it is darker than you and your kinfolk, so keep up with the tempo by giving you vast amounts of info. I pray and I'm forgiven for my sins before I go. Never been the same. See, I've been a nigga that's given effort. You would forget, and you was quick to expect this motherfucker would talk about some ignorance. A diamond colored chain, it's the pain when the colors change, when it's glistening. Now I got you motherfuckers listening, positioning myself to where my intentions are interjection. If I ever make it, then realism is an effect. I give him intermission. The vision is what you lack in its actual fucking content. Don't you have a conscience? This myriad of topics, and you were speaking that nonsense. The shit I provided was similar to an antidote. My educated guess is impressing, and I'm professing that I was given the prominence compliments of the Most High. Like, what is a material? I'm ready for my afterlife. I got a day with destiny. My ridiculous appetite. I eat that motherfucker. You probably wouldn't believe it. Or whenever a nigga speaking, I said my shit's ingenious. The legacy I was leaving. I'm fiending and find my sanity, sanctifying my inhibition. You know that I'm abusing. I would've never retrieve it. You know that I could precede you. I got the existential feeling that they wanted from the beginning. I try to make it apparent, but they focus up on appearance, on what a nigga was wearing. Apparent, never opinion. That motherfuckers were giving, and I was living to die. I wanted to make a masterpiece. I'm working like a starving artist, departed from fallacies. I'm feeling like a mental patient. My life's insanity. They put me on a pill to portray a fantasy from factual reality. Self-esteem is such a casualty. I'm acting so erratically, imagining a life I know I can never lead, and I'm encompassing everything that you should never be. Cause you fell in love with the melody while ignoring my message. The undertone of the reckoning is actually reactionary. It varies upon the words and the people that I say it to. Defending you to try to free your mind is what I'm finna do. My vision wasn't minuscule, and when you at the bottom is when a person will ridicule. I pray it never gets to you. I promise if you keep it cool and stay composed in everything you do, you'll have a better view. But that's if your intentions were honest from the beginning. When you do it for the love and you never receive a penny, and people see the product and follow it up, and they automatically assume that your money's on boom. And find the prodigal son, I get a crucifixion, resurrected on the 7th day. I need a fucking witness. They could document it and show you I was legendary. I've been feeling like a god. Repentance is necessary. Consider me one of the best. You can attest my lyrics upon you prodigal sons, passing you prominence, never puns. I promise I punish mine when I'm punching pages with pens. You can pretend, never assuming that you know me at all. A post-apocalyptic policy, Pentecostal apologies, apostles I prophesized from the power that I proceed. With the Poseidon, with the proper propaganda in droves, I propose a toast to make a lethal injection. My flow can slice it, cut your gut like a cesarean section. Very selective when deciding to make an decision. I said my mind is annuity. Stories like Mephistopheles, my legends I'll ascend to the level of Greek mythology. And everything is factual. Pathological fallacies have never been allowed as I lie upon Zeus's cloud. And you follow this young Apollo that plays with a golden lyre. I shall adhere to these allegations. Complicity, a system, a sadistic cinematic atrocity, simplistically consistent of sorrows and many sins and similes and harmonimes and Homeric hymns for your friends, and you feel it like sharp syringes. It's soft essence was soothing. It sterilizes the negative. Cerebral as a sedative. Inside my active mind in time, I find I'm a genius. Odyssey's legendary, eloquent speaker. Cunning and coming for the knowledge that you claim to be carrying. Suffocating and I exit on my 4-horse chariot. Gallivating with generosity. All you rappers are Hermes. Just another god of commerce. But tell me what your soul's worth. I converse in a concert. Never concerned with your content in a convent. And it makes sense. I am all in. Not complex. Like I've been invested in a sicker vision. I can see it's something that the people needed. Write another rhyme. It's like the pen is leaking. I'm at the beacon with a happy preacher and a pessimist that's speaking blasphemous. Bring it back. The flow is too amazing. I'm innovating. You are emulating. You are insinuated. You are on a level you can never be as I proceed to teach. And I built a fort that you can never breach. You wasn't ready for me feeling incomplete. Please do not compete. You will not be sieged. You are obsolete. I am far from weak and my scene represents to me. When it's looking bleak, I'll be the first to preach. I guarantee you cannot crack my faith. I got upscored taste, but this kid don't wait. My fate, if you really want to hold your breath, vocab and press. See, my mind's a mess. I stress about my death a lot. I'm solitary. I'm spitting and sitting in Camelot. I'm the head of the table, deceptible with Excalibur, collaborating my consciousness of a higher caliber, 30 feet in diameter. My poetic pentameter, passing, descending, the consequences of misery, vicious, vindicate, liberate, but it's expedition leave as Plymouth Rock, my placing, composing my all. I picked the perfect hemisphere like where humanity start, and it was innovated, raped, and plagued, and I was dearly departed. Ingenious people passing prominence that was kings and high priests. But now we believe in Jesus, blue eye and blonde hair for gentrifying the thesis, descending us up something like slaves. I cannot conceive it, but you take it as the gospel and think that it's concrete. We could start in Ephesians, Psalms, and maybe Ezekiel. Now let us testify. When you died as high up in the sky, it was documented in Genesis, Exodus, and Leviticus. Now in the beginning, God created heavens and earth. It was formless, that was filled with darkness, that reigned all over the surface. The spirit of the omnipotent hovered over the water, divided the day and night, and said, well, let there be light. Now ain't that great, but where's the evolution off in that verse? And if it was written by a man, where there's lies in them words? I think that we were given religion, so we questioning less. Obsessing all over your instincts, worried about what they think. They giving false repentance like it mattered at all. Not to mention many wars that all these deities started. As we crusade into the current, I noticed the recreation of ignorance in the mind of this impotent generation. I think I'll take it deeper. Look how you view in these places of infinite destitution, no resolution for poverty. Your Western ideologies only causing illusions that's similar to mirages. Remarkable mental martyrs marginalize the struggle they allow that you never carrying. So now everyone from the Middle East is now a terrorist. Embarrassing that you can't even see what it is. We from a place that takes a culture that we don't understand and tell the people how to live while we raping your land. And we taking every natural resource that you have at your hand, and you can have it back. Of course, it's for a discount price. There's no remorse within the fact that we have ruined your life. We gotta make sure that our vices in our pockets contrite, but you don't like it, not at all. So what you gonna do? Fight? Shit, get a steady hand in a finished plan, and you get infiltrated by a white man with a lot of guns and the biggest bomb. Please don't move. We got napalm, so your plans work. Put your hands up, we gon' need the oil. Yeah, that's every drop. No, we never stop till we say so. You got a problem with it, bro? I ain't think so.
These words being wrote is how I cope with being broke. I'm so broken, I wish I was joking. If I could possibly really fix something, anything, once entirely, that would honestly highly enlighten me completely. And of course, I got a galore of broken shit that needs fixed. But clearly nothing ever gets fixed, but instead gets forgotten. I'm truly noticing the fact that my life definitely needs fixing, but it seems I never succeed through anything. Maybe I just lack all abilities. Honestly, I've awakened to notice Disney's movie Finding Nemo became actual reality to this no life I'm living, but existence I've been experiencing. I don't know if it's apparent, but since the casualties I've had now, losing both of my parents, mom getting life in prison, and dad that passed away from addiction, I no longer have a place. I notice this more with each day that passes by. It was the question why that made me cry, then try, but only to die. But look, I survived. But through the path of my dark side of my psyche, I found that, not through my eyes, but my mind's, that through all that darkness there was a light within. And that inner light for sure has enlightened me to levels of consciousness that majority of humanity now considers me delusional. But in all reality, the places and faces I've encountered were not illusions at all, but rather factual truths. Truth exposed what humanity sees and believes are actually the real illusions. We all have been programmed since birth. You are a part of a simulation similar to the Matrix. Unplugged from these agents is all that I'm saying. I went from being an atheist to believing in a higher power, but I found it in myself. Trust me, if you've been a reject and neglected, never accepted like me, then you'll notice you'll never find it in anybody else. So now that I actually believe, I just hope you and everyone else can wake up eventually. Sooner the better, but it's whatever. I'll still remain the same and probably never again leave this amazing maze of a brain. Here is where I stay with my active imaginations. Now me and my imaginary have become one. What was once my spiritual became who you see today. The one you knew is no longer with us, but that don't matter. I'm here to say that we're all the same. Just gotta play the brain game, and you'll come to notice that that is a factual truth. Your answers that truly matter are in your DNA. But now that I'm a know-it-all, I'm the one all alone, like Neo in the Matrix, but it kind of sucks because there's only a few of us. It seems that we believe in a make-believe, because this here ain't really what it seems. It's something that someone made up for everybody else to follow and believe. Once you come more entwined with yourself, then you too can ascend to our realm. But till then, just know through more and more aloneness, I become more and more conscious to this awareness. Instead of me trying to find ways to lessen my stress through secluding myself from worldly constructives, this makes me only become more in tune to the frequency of how loud silence is and how visual the darkness can be. This is why I become nothing less than just done. I'm having too much fun within myself. Unless you and everyone else can wake up and become no one, like me, that's the thing. No more who's right, who's better, and who's in charge. When we can all see we're all the same, then true pain will no longer be at play. I feel too much, maybe that's why I'm too in touch. I found true love, and I found that in myself. Now I'm devoted to these emotions. Emojis are my only homies. Till you're with me and us and not them and they, then you'll soon start to relate to all these words that I say. I no longer pray and not get heard, but I pray on all of your religious words. Religion is what you need to wake up from. It's the reality of being in a matrix. I'm now guided through my spirit. I no longer live in a simulation. I just want to wake up our population to a new evolution. It's crazy to me that my whole society can't see that they're still slaves. Slavery never ended. For instance, slaves used to work for food and home. Notice, you still are a slave at labor. 9 to 5 to afford what? Exactly, food and home. Well, back to how I survived. This is not who you remember or knew, but his spiritual. Can't you see I'm by far way more smart? I am what you can be too. It's called being you. I killed who I thought I was to become me. Now you can too. Kill your ego. That's as simple as it goes. Just let it go and start to grow. I've been growing alone, and at the moment and noticed me trying to right my wrongs made me lose it all by going left and meeting death. When that happened to me, myself, and I revived to a new life. Now I sit and write these new sights through what you could say a bird's eye. No longer brainwashed, but rewired to higher levels that they and them can't reach. I'm here to teach and lead, and to soon enjoy watch more of us join on the winning side. Just go left. It's honestly what all will be left when their clock stops. That's when all them and they will drop, join us and watch. I'm here to expose truths. I want my facts to explode and their lies to implode. Notice that real and fake do not at all relate. So if you could feel at all what I say from a real mind state, notice that we are related. We all come from the ones. First man, first woman. Not lusty in greed, nor evil and mean. We are all he and she. That's all there is to know. Believe it or not. Either fly with us or sink with them when their clock stops. 11:11 is what you wish upon. But that's the ones. Damn, must feel dumbfounded. Don't stay grounded. Elevate to a new revolution that the revelation will never happen. Armageddon is what them and they will all suffer. Better become aware of this and jump off their titanic ship of their satanic mind control and start to remote your own fate. Recognize that we don't have a place. We are from outer space. So out of their space is where we will continue to stay in this human experience life as starseeds we know to be. I've resurrected to become a reverend to soon have her and him again reclaim what they took. It's called your brain. Just take a look inside and you too will find Nemo, meaning nobody. But who, yourself? That's all we will have left. I wish I knew before I took flight and flew what the truth will truly do. Though I know it did break all ties I've ever had, now I know I will truly die alone. If you can't see to believe in us, and we, and me, and you. But, anywho, if you don't, still I know before I go, I'm going to continue writing down all I've been shown through the unknown, to hopefully let it grow and let it take toll on those who thought they could take control. Make it possible. Everything and anything is if you just believe. Let go of faith and remote your own fate. Trust what I say, okay? Because losing faith the hard way, like I did, is how I died. And through my dark journeys, not one, but two infernos. Hell, I call those, this, that, my stories of a life inside of purgatory. I killed the boy I thought I was to be my ego, to become the man I know I am today. Me, you, us, we. But no one believes this, instead refuses it. But I refuse to lose. I'm a philosopher, philosophizing every philosophy. So probably you should follow me, the prodigy of what you could be too. Close the eyes that's been blinded by the quantity of their fallacies that's taught to keep our whole society blinded from factual reality. So then you can also see through all money, lust, and greed. I practice what I preach, so should you. Quality is all that I seek. Truth is the only thing that I believe. It should be that way for everybody, especially my family. I say that because they officially can't stand me. So maybe you can, or somebody, because damn, the fam wants no understanding with who I am, or who I came to be. I know I'm hard to stand, so please grab a seat until you could take flight with me, and us, and we. I'm afraid you might not be able to, but you snooze, you lose. What's wrong with people today? I swear I'm the only person awake, surrounded by fucking fakes. Can't you guys see you all slaves inside a mental warfare game? For any blind eyes in attendance of my cadence, I'm speaking about snakes. Look at both sides of your face. And you'll see that this isn't a post, this is a statement that needs to be stated. I'm fully aware that this might not even get a glare, but to be honest, I don't care. It's time these issues get pressed. School's in sess. Time to impress with what I was left with when I met death. Now shut the fuck up and pay attention to all my lessons. Life is a school. You either learn or fucking burn. Your choice to turn, even if it means getting hurt or hitting curbs. It's what life's all about. So get out of the back seat, please, and start to drive. To really understand the true fundamentals of living life. Honestly, this is why my eye stays open wide. Just saying, I'm surprised. If you never died or at least been revived, then this message might not be for your kind. But it can be. Just gotta start and hopefully complete that spiritual journey. Trust me, it's worthy. Don't ask me, ask Osiris. He's the god of the afterlife. I don't know how many times I gotta mention at every single occasion that I'm the omnipotent of nothing less than a blessing. I say this because I don't need another why nor cry from any other life. Clearly I got enough of my own. So be happy I put my insights as a verse. You could read them as words. Time is now, and if you didn't know, time will always tell. If your presence isn't still present, honestly don't mean a thing to our team. If you're unaware of us, then notice we are free. Sorry if my messages leave you feeling incomplete. Because actually this is what we all seek. Constantly sitting in silence, listening. Once you understand the depths of silence is when you hear me and we screaming beneath your feet. Yep, that's us, our team. And as you can see, I climbed up the wall to put again my mind at ease by writing these lines, giving you the more to divine on your own time. I know you keep yourself up to date. That's sad to say, because honestly, these minutes are so much miniature to the bigger picture. Escape the wave that makes you think you have to put praise in someone else. Jesus cries. Oops, I apologize. I mean Christ. Psych. It's not my fault that you believe lines that were written by several different guys. Since an infant, I've been blessed with a vision, and notice I had to break free from the system. My insights aren't minuscule at all. There are just laws I guess you could say have been long forgot. I'm giving you these truths through places and experiences I've saw. All that shit stays explosive in my brain. Motherfuckers are quick to claim, but gotta act out a character to make some chump change. I would never be fake. I don't care how much I could possibly make. Sad no one can actually be themselves. So why feed that figure if you can't stand the man or woman you grew to be today? It kind of defeats the case. I stay wide awake because there's too many snakes. Can't never be too cautious. But to be honest, need to be conscious to even understand that process of progress. Anybody and everybody, even the somebodies, understand I am nobody. So how the fuck do you expect to find Nemo? Do you see? No, duh, but I can. This is why I know who I am. I also paid a priceless price to get my own understanding and underline all these messages that I consume and condone. The only thing that blows is being alone. At least my imaginary is very entertaining, so keeps my vision and mission very awoke. So I always stay focused on the plan that's at hand. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, and that's the hand that's writing this for you. It's enough to eat to go obese and become a beast like us and we. That's right, Hercules ain't got shit on me. I swear paradise might be vacant, because I see my whole generation sinking and drowning, because people's spirituals are in a state of amnesia. No one should ever stress about what's next, death. Sure, everything is ending, but it's only a new beginning. I know this because I became the Alpha and Omega, so pay attention, it doesn't cost a thing. Then think, so soon you can manifest something new and impressive to also present. Then we won't have to say I told you so, And you could join us in telling them that fact.
Churches in session, this verse is from heaven. They want my spot, they want me dead. They want a murder confession, cause I'm cursed with a blessing. See my work is impressive, come and purchase a lesson. Forgive me Lord, I'm about to hurt in a second. Pussy nigga, if you're scared to go to church with a weapon and you have me a preacher, then I'm murking the reverend. And if I make it to heaven, I just hope I'ma stay though. Cause you know I fuck this shit up out of name. Like hold on to your halo, don't go to church, but I pray though. Even God knows I don't play though. I done shot niggas and they should just call me Yo Nigga, but it's Nemo and I'm about to go polo with no beat. I'll sting your ass and they gon' show go with your dough up in the streets. You want that beef, you think I'm sweet, I'm gonna show your ass I'm a beast. Boy, I'm super strapped. I might ramble with the heat. This Mr. Swag specialist, ain't a nigga fresh as this. There ain't nothing better than mine. It's like the devil's kiss. I'm so fucking hot, boy, the devil better be scared of this. God flow, y'all know heaven is where my level is. Wings up in the sky, man, the sky is flying the Pegasus. All my haters watch my video, go on their aggravation. When my haters see me, they always tell me congratulations. You showing love, know when you hate me, more than fabrication. No, I'm sick, I'm gonna walk just like a cancer patient. Credit hold me down, don't give a fuck if you was gravitation. Find your location, in rotation, work those calculations. You run up in the spot, then you get popped, cause I run out of patience. And the cops will fly around this bitch just like a graduation. Man, this shit's exclusive, straight up out to mental institution. I'll beat the track of call it back, man, that shit's abusive. Even my haters play it back, that's how you know he's dope. Like holy smokes, need my flow just caught the Holy Ghost. My life so dope, if I continue, I might overdose. I put my dick out to my haters, join the rodeo. It's funny how you stay getting money, but always sitting there. They tell me that I'm going to hell, I told them I'll live there. 30 bullets in my clip, bitch, and they all anxious. Talk disciples with me, nigga, and they all gangsters. Jesus, well, niggas gon' freeze up. And I ain't worried about you haters, I shake you like seizures. When the feeling go through my body, I'm ill as a Illuminati. I come through with my pistol, I'll drill you, then you get bodied. Boy, I'm God when you hang. Haters like you can't. Tell me like no stripes, you get body, they ain't blame me. Peace couldn't tame me, marks couldn't tame me. Money doesn't change, nigga, still the same G. Nigga, they call me the truth. Goofy, you can see the proof in God. So I'm shot, so don't ask me what would Jesus do. Say my name might be the Jews, but I'm bringing haters through. I'll pop out like it's peekaboo. 30 shots from me to you. You see your shorty with the blow that 40 like I'm fucking sex. I get that car, they not your yeah, jumping jacks. And then I'll bring some kings clothes and hit the road back to them fucking stacks. I'm money, way loud in the trunk. Like I ever got a stuff in the back. See, I'm doing me, you making skrill. Plus I'm paying bills. These big riders never met me, yet they're hating still. They always blame the hottest one whenever they get killed. I guess now I know how safe I feel. You think you holier than that, you must be fucking proud. Or you go to church on Sunday like you really fucking down. You think that God don't see you before you the fucking clown. You cheat on God like Mother Mary on her fucking ring. So say your comments, motherfucking feedback. Cause if God was a rapper, nigga, this how he rap. Real shit, I breathe back. I'm a fucking king trap, I make it gangsta lean. Confused with finger rolling, sing bang. See, I got angels and demons screaming and feeling cause we're feeling this. Don't y'all Kanye did this high school talk about rapper killing shit. Don't y'all Jay-Z, I got the blueprint for this fast money. Don't tell me, baby, that I murdered for my cash money. Yeah, I'll pull up to your stoop, nigga, shooting like I hoop. Nigga, I done like click, clack, bang, watch me do. Niggas country got a clue, nigga, 3 words, who did it? I'll lay you in a sharp ass suit. Got you niggas spooked, cause you know just what the fuck it do. Jesus couldn't save himself, you think he gon' save you? Act like fat lines. I laid him up and with him up, baptized. Nigga, I ain't nothing new to this. It's in this and my duty shit. I'm fired and a steward. It's gonna cost me like a crucifix. I'm back up on my stupid shit. I'm shooting shit, believe that. Your religion ain't true as this. Pure common sense. Or that's a thing that you lack. Just because it's published in a book, it doesn't mean it's a fact. But listen, this man, he wasn't allowed to read on them plantations. 300 years had his own people growing impatient. Wanna know what's in that Bible when it can't take it. And let me tell you about a plan of a damn racist. Let's teach these niggas love and hate so they can't say shit. You ask them questions but they turn their cheek so they can't face it. They been editing in that Bible so you sell it to these hell savage. This is the shit that y'all be buying. My clientele selling. Your mind is still a slave. This is how the jail sells. This is America, people. I call hell's heaven.